want to talk to you today about aging. It's funny how we have a tendency to say that, oh, I'm going to live to be 100 years old. So 50 is the halfway point. But see, you don't realize that theoretically, halfway point is between 30 and 40. As we look at things in life today, people are passing away earlier and earlier as each year moves forward. So the fact that since the beginning we've always tried to evolve, it's amazing to see that everything has a tendency to kind of slow down and damage itself, you know? So at the end of the day, you got to figure out what is it that you're trying to do, because if not, you will find yourself in a situation where you're going to believe that you're living forever when in reality you're not. Now, I believe the reason why our parents or someone who had seniority living here longer than we have tried to instill the concept of treat others the way you want to be treated is because life does travel too fast. Like it passes you by in a blink of an eye. 1 minute you're in elementary, the next you got hired for that new job. And ultimately, if you look around, look forward, look back, look to the sides, you'll see that everybody's doing the same thing. We're all just wasting time, waiting to die. That's all it is. So to kind of give you a better perspective, let me tell you a little story. So there was this old man who, lived the best years of his life, so he thought. I'm not saying he didn't or he did. I'm just, the facts are he lived his life. He was in his 60s, 70s, somewhere around there. Anyway, then one awful morning, his partner passed away. So, there goes the best part of his life. The woman that put up with him and whatnot. Anyway, fast forward a couple months later, he's feeling bummed out. He turned around and he went to go visit one of his sons, and he told him, hey, how's it going? And the son's all like, hey, Pops, how you doing? Come on in. My house is your house. And he says, about that, I was wondering if it'd be all right if I stay, move in with you guys. Son turns around, looks at his father and says, well, look, Dad, I would move you in with me, but you got to understand, I can't just move out my kids out of their room. That would probably start a fight between me and my spouse. No, it's all right, son. I don't want to impose, said the father. But then the son, I don't know what he was thinking, turns around and tells the father, well, you can sell the house and buy yourself an apartment, or you can sell the house, help me pay off my house, and in the meantime, you could kind of, camp out in the backyard underneath, one of those canopies or something. The father, kind of upset, but didn't show it, turned around and said, well, anything will do. Anything will do instead of me being at home in a lonely place, alone, waiting to die. So then the son turns around and yells to his son, which is the grandkid, and says, hey, go upstairs and get a blanket for Grandpa. He's going to be staying, and he's going to chill in the backyard. He's going to start living back there, like camping out, So the kid runs upstairs, and the grandson grabs the blanket And he's all like, man, I'm going to give my grandpa the best blanket that I know I have. But before leaving his room, he grabbed a pair of scissors and started cutting away. In the meantime, the father was like, dude, this kid's taking forever. So he goes upstairs and says, man, what's taking you so long, Junior? Junior, what are you doing? Why are you cutting that blanket? To which Junior replied, well, I'm cutting my favorite blanket because I'm going to give half of it to Grandpa and I'm going to save the other half. So when I get my house and you move into my house, at least you'll have a blanket too. I don't know about you, but ouch. You see, if I continue speaking in metaphors, if I may, I've realized that as men, we can be relatable to three animals: a donkey, a monkey, and a dog. Simply because a donkey reflects the hard work we put in. We're stubborn, and we don't take no for an answer. A monkey, because we party like there's no tomorrow on the weekends. We just do it all over again every weekend. Party, party, party. Nothing but happy times. Or on your vacation. And then when you get to be old, you're like a dog. You can't go anywhere. So you'd rather just stay home and watch the house. Just a little reflection for you to think about. I know I am.